Now we are discussing about working principle of optical mouse. Previously, we used ball mouse. In that ball mouse, we have many moving parts. So with the help of these moving parts, we operated the mouse. But now we are using the optical mouse. It is monitored by electronic completely. So it is nothing but total version is electronic. This was first introduced by Yeswanth in 1999. This optical mouse has three components. One is optical eye, second one is micro camera, third one is digital signal processor. First we are learning about the optical eye. So the LED, if you check any mouse, bottom of the mouse you can observe one light, that is nothing but the LED. So there is an LED at the bottom of the house. Generally this LED will be red LED because the red LED is cheaper, and also we are using a photodiode near to it to grasp the light. So this photodiode is sensitive for red color. So that's why we are using the red LED. So this optical eye scans the entire surface by projecting the light onto it. Whenever we are moving the mouse, this optical eye, it scans the entire surface. Micro camera is a CMOS sensor. CMOS is nothing but complementary metal oxide semiconductor sensor. So it takes the pictures of the surfaces scanned by the optical eye. Optical eye scans the entire surface. So while scanning the surface, CMOS sensor will take the images. So whatever you are moving whenever you are trying to move the mouse with the hands, these analog movements of the hands are converted into digital signals. Next is a DSP. So the CMOS sensor sends each image to the digital signal processor for the analysis. Whenever we are using the optical eye, this optical eye is nothing but the LED. This LED projects the light, and this micro camera CMOS sensor, it will grasp the image, means it will capture the image. After capturing the image, now this micro camera will send that image to the digital signal processor for the analysis. Now this digital signal processor is able to detect the patterns in the images, and it will check whether there is any change with respect to the previous image or not. If there is any change, then the digital signal processor decides how far we have to move the mouse. So it will try to move the mouse, and whenever we are trying to move the mouse, then automatically the digital signal processor will observe the change of the mouse by taking the pictures, and after the pictures will be captured by the micro camera. Now the digital signal processor will understand there is a change in the previous picture and this picture. Now it will understand the change and it will send the coordinates to the computer. Whenever we are moving the mouse, so this movement will be in the form of the coordinates, it will be sent to the computer, and in the computer cursor will also move. So here this will happen hundreds of times per second. We are sending 4 bytes of the information. For this 4 bytes of the information, 1 byte means 8 bits. This first 8 bits contain left button state. This left button state might be either 1 or 0. Means left button state means left button is on or off. Next one is the right button state, 1 or 0 means that right button is on or off. Next we are using X direction and Y direction, whether it is positive or negative, and X overflow and Y overflow we are using. Next, out of these 4 bytes, 1 byte contain these, next 3 bytes contain the X and Y values. First digital signal processor was introduced by the Microsoft in the optical eye whenever we mentioned in 1999. So at that time the digital signal processor were able to perform 18 million calculations per second. Per second 18 million calculations. This is the working principle of optical mouse. Once again we are revising what we have discussed. Now we have understood. Previously ball mouse was operated completely by using the moving parts. Here in this optical mouse, there are no moving parts. Instead of the moving parts, we are making this entire optical mouse as an electronic one. It was first introduced in 1999 by Yeswanth, and it is having three main components: optical eye, micro camera, and a digital signal processor. Optical eye is nothing but an LED. So this LED definitely it projects the light. So it might be, we are taking generally it is a red color because of two reasons. One is cheaper, next one is the photodiode we are using nearby, it is sensitive to the red light. Next, whatever the area the LED is projecting, micro camera, it is a CMOS sensor, it will capture the images. So these images will be, whatever the images the CMOS sensor is capturing, those images will be sent to the digital signal processing. Per second, many images it is capturing. So whenever we are moving the hand, the mouse, whenever we are trying to move with the hand, those analog movements can be converted into digital signals, and those digital signals will be sent to the DSP. Now this DSP will try to understand what is the change with respect to the previous image, and this will try to understand that pattern, and based on that it will send the coordinates to the computer, and the computer will then understand how much I have to move the cursor. Now whenever it is sending 4 bytes information, out of these 4 bytes, first byte information will contain the left button state, whether the user clicked the left button or not, right button state, whether the user clicked right button or not, next x direction, y direction, x overflow, whether the mouse has gone out of the screen, so x overflow. Similarly, y overflow means whether the mouse vertically has gone out of the screen or not. This is the working of the optical mouse.